Episode 8 picks up right where our hearts were left trembling. For weeks, we've watched Amy balance hope and hesitation, love and loneliness, all while trying to imagine a future that feels safe enough for her and Lindy. And now, the trailer makes it obvious. Nathan is ready to take the biggest step of his life. His eyes, his voice, even the way he stands beside Amy shows that he's preparing himself for a moment he's been dreaming about since the day he met her. But instead of giving us a peaceful fairy tale proposal, the trailer twists the knife in the most Heartland way possible. Because just when Amy begins to accept the possibility of a new future, cracks from the past start widening. Amy walks into episode 8 with a heart full of questions she still hasn't voiced. She wants to believe in Nathan. She wants to trust the idea of building something real with him. And deep down, she wants Lindy to feel what it's like to grow up in a home filled with love instead of silence. But the trailer reveals something heartbreaking. Amy's fear is louder than her hope. That tiny hesitation we saw growing in episode 7 is now fully awake. As she looks at Nathan in the teaser, it's almost like she's trying to convince herself to say yes. Not because she's ready, but because she wishes she were. And then comes the real shock. The trailer shows the aftermath of Amy discovering the truth about Nathan's sister. The truth she never wanted to find. The horse illness wasn't an accident. It wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't a misunderstanding. Amy now has proof, the very thing she didn't have months ago when she first suspected foul play. And that proof is the exact thing that might destroy the relationship right before it reaches its most romantic moment. Nathan goes from hopeful fiancé to frustrated brother in seconds. His voice in the trailer trembles with betrayal, not because of what happened to the horse, but because Amy kept her concerns quiet again. He reminds her of the last time she accused his sister, and it's like watching a wound reopen. The timing couldn't be worse. As Nathan prepares for the biggest question of his life, his trust in Amy collapses. And Amy, who already fears disappointment, finds herself torn apart by guilt she doesn't deserve. The trailer hints at one of the most emotionally intense conversations we've seen all season. Amy's voice cracks. Nathan's patience breaks. And for a brief moment, you can almost hear Season 19 rewriting everything we thought would happen between them. But what makes this trailer so thrilling is that it refuses to tell us which emotion will win. Love or fear? And when Amy appears in the final seconds, staring at something off-screen with tears in her eyes, it becomes painfully obvious that episode 8 isn't just about a proposal. It's about whether two people can step into forever while standing in the middle of a storm. And despite everything, the trailer teases something huge. Amy's answer. A moment so fast you might miss it. The faintest smile, the smallest breath, the whisper of a yes forming on her lips. But nothing is certain, because in Heartland, every joy comes with a price. And episode 8 is preparing to test Amy in ways we haven't seen since Ty. The ranch, the family, the future, all of it is hanging by a thread. And episode 8 is ready to cut or mend that thread in the most dramatic way possible. If the proposal tension wasn't enough, episode 8 takes the drama even further by dragging every hidden truth into the light. And the trailer wastes no time teasing the moment everything finally blows up. Remember how everyone brushed off the strange behavior around the horses earlier in the season? Well, that quiet dismissal is officially over. Amy now has undeniable evidence that Nathan's sister isn't just a little careless. She is directly connected to the second illness that strikes Spartan. Yes, Spartan, the horse who has carried Amy through love, heartbreak, motherhood, and healing. The horse who is practically the heartbeat of Heartland. And when Spartan falls sick again, the trailer shows Amy's face break in a way we haven't seen in years. It's not just fear. It's anger, betrayal, and the painful realization that her instincts were right all along.
What makes this section of episode 8 so intense is how personal the conflict becomes. Amy knows she has to speak up. She knows she needs to protect the horses, her family, and Jack's peace of mind. But the moment she brings the proof to Nathan, everything spirals out of control. Just like many of us predicted, Nathan refuses to believe her. Not because he thinks she's lying, but because he desperately wants to believe in his own sister. His voice cracks with desperation in the trailer, practically begging Amy to let it go. And Amy, who has already been trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, finally realizes that they're standing on two different sides of the same truth. The trailer shows a moment where Nathan steps away from her, running a hand through his hair like he's about to fall apart. And Amy just stands there, hollow, staring at him like she's watching the future they imagined crumble in slow motion. This is the heartbreak Heartland does best. Not loud screaming, not dramatic exits, but two people who love each other quietly breaking because they can't agree on the same reality. And trust me, the trailer makes it clear. This is the moment that changes everything between them. But the episode doesn't stop at emotional turmoil. It throws the entire ranch into emergency mode. As Spartan grows weaker, the family rallies. Jack, still struggling with the fear of aging and the betrayal of his own body, pushes himself harder than he should. The trailer shows him trying to stay strong, trying to hide his exhaustion, trying to be the rock he's always been. Yet you can see the worry in his eyes, not just for Spartan, but for Amy. Because he knows too well what it's like to lose something you thought was unbreakable. And while all this chaos unfolds, there's a quiet shift happening inside Amy. The trailer hints at a stronger, more determined version of her emerging. She's hurt, she's confused, she's heartbroken, but she's also fiercely protective. She won't let the horses suffer. She won't let the truth be buried. And she won't pretend everything is fine just to keep the peace. Amy has always been the emotional backbone of Heartland. And Episode 8 is preparing to remind everyone exactly why. What makes this section so thrilling is the way the trailer shows both worlds colliding. Love versus truth, family versus justice, loyalty versus instinct. And standing right in the middle is Amy, torn between the man she wants to love and the family she needs to protect. As the trailer fades into black, all we're left with is the echo of Nathan's voice, trembling with frustration, and Amy's silence. The kind of silence that tells us a decision is coming. And once she makes it, nothing in Heartland Season 19 will ever be the same again. Amid all the tension and heartbreak, Episode 8 also gives us a breath of fresh air with the blossoming romance between Katie and Dex. The trailer teases some of the most charming, heart-melting moments of the season as these two navigate the awkward yet thrilling world of first dates and playful flirtation. Unlike Amy and Nathan's heavy emotional storm, Katie and Dex bring lightness, humor, and a sense of hope. The kind that reminds us why Heartland isn't just about heartbreak, but about love in every form. The trailer shows them spending time together in ways that feel natural, unforced, and utterly charming. Dex's energy is infectious. That same untamed, youthful spark that reminds viewers of the early seasons, when the ranch itself felt alive with possibility and excitement. And Katie, usually so focused, so driven, is shown letting herself laugh, tease, and explore the kind of connection that has been missing from her life. It's a side of her we haven't seen in a while, a side that opens up as Dex challenges her, questions her, and playfully pushes her out of her comfort zone. What's fascinating in this episode is how quickly their bond develops, and the trailer cleverly teases it without giving too much away. We see moments where their accidental touches linger just a second too long, where their eyes meet and neither can look away, and where a simple comment or joke sends them both into uncontrollable laughter. It's the kind of chemistry that feels real, unscripted, and utterly addictive to watch. The trailer even hints at that pivotal moment, their first date, which, although unplanned, feels like it was meant to happen all along. There's anticipation in every glance, a promise of what's possible when two people genuinely connect. What makes this part of Episode 8 so refreshing is the contrast it creates. While Amy and Nathan wrestle with trust, betrayal, and heavy decisions, Katie and Dex remind us that love can also be spontaneous, playful, and lighthearted. The trailer captures this perfectly, giving fans a dual experience. Tension and heartbreak on one side, while teasing laughter, blushes, and hopeful glances on the other. The audience is left craving both. eagerly wondering how these two very different forms of love will unfold side by side. And the stakes aren't just emotional. Dex's presence is subtly shaping Katie in ways that might have long-term consequences for her character. He's honest, unapologetic, and willing to hold her accountable. Not in a harsh way, but in a way that pushes her to grow, reflect, and see herself from a new perspective. The trailer shows hints of this as they interact, giving viewers a sense that this relationship might be transformative, not just romantic. Katie is being challenged, encouraged, and inspired, all in the same moments that make her cheeks flush and her smile widen. Ultimately, Episode 8 promises to balance tension and hope, heartbreak and exhilaration, by giving us both the heavy emotional storms and the lighter sparks of young love. The trailer sets this up beautifully, giving fans an addictive mix of anticipation and joy. As Amy struggles with the most difficult decisions of her life, Katie and Dex quietly remind us that love doesn't always have to be complicated. Sometimes it's messy, awkward, and spontaneous, and that's exactly what makes it beautiful. This contrast will keep viewers glued to the screen, waiting for both couples to reveal what the next chapter of their hearts will bring. While hearts race with proposals and first dates, Episode 8 also reminds us that life on the ranch is about more than romance. It's about family, responsibility, and the challenges that come with time. The trailer makes it clear that Jack's storyline will hit harder than ever in this episode, giving us the raw, emotional depth that has defined Heartland for nearly 2 decades. Jack is no longer just the steady presence we rely on. Episode 8 emphasizes how aging and physical limitations are beginning to test him, and the trailer captures moments that are both heart-wrenching and inspiring. We see Jack confronting the realities of getting older, struggling with his body, facing fatigue, and questioning whether he can continue protecting the animals and guiding the younger generation the way he always has. There's a quiet intensity in his eyes in the trailer, a mixture of determination and fear. He doesn't want to admit it, but viewers can feel that he's painfully aware that his time as the unshakable ranch patriarch isn't infinite, and this awareness becomes even more pronounced when Spartan falls ill yet again. Jack's dedication to the horses is unwavering, yet his body and mind are stretched to their limits, forcing him to balance his own vulnerabilities with the safety and well-being of the animals he loves. The trailer hints at some emotionally charged interactions between Jack and Amy during this episode. While Amy is consumed by the chaos surrounding Nathan and the family drama, she also notices Jack's subtle struggles. There's a tender moment in the teaser where she gently questions him, trying to offer support, but Jack, true to form, brushes it off with a quiet strength and stubborn pride. It's a familiar Heartland dynamic. Jack's love for his family is immense, but his reluctance to show vulnerability makes the audience ache for him even more. Episode 8 promises to explore this tension, highlighting how difficult it can be to ask for help even when the world is pressing down. The trailer also teases a turning point for Jack when the pressures of the ranch collide with his emotional world. Spartan's illness is not just a physical challenge, it's symbolic. It represents the fragility of life, the inevitability of change, and the weight of responsibility Jack carries every day. As the trailer shows Jack making difficult decisions about the horse's care, the audience can see the internal struggle. How much can he continue to bear without crumbling, and how much does he need to lean on his family, the very people he's always protected, to share the burden? In addition to personal stakes, Episode 8 underscores Jack's role as the emotional anchor of the Heartland family. The trailer teases interactions with other characters, including Nathan, Amy, and even Dex, showing Jack offering wisdom, guidance, and support even as he grapples with his own fears. It's this duality, being strong for others while quietly questioning your own strength, that makes Jack such a compelling character. And in Episode 8, the trailer suggests that his storyline will not only tug at our heartstrings, but also set up critical emotional resolutions that will ripple through the rest of the season. Ultimately, Episode 8 uses Jack's storyline to ground the season's whirlwind of romance and betrayal. While Amy and Nathan face the storm of love and trust, and Katie and Dex experience the excitement of young romance, Jack embodies the heart of the ranch: resilience, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication. The trailer captures this beautifully, giving viewers a mix of suspense, tenderness, and anticipation. We're left wondering how Jack will manage the dual pressures of family and horses, how the upcoming events will challenge his strength, and whether he can maintain the balance that has kept Heartland thriving all these years. It's a perfect counterpoint to the excitement of the younger couples, reminding us that even in moments of joy, the weight of responsibility never truly disappears. Episode 8 of Heartland Season 19 promises a roller coaster that will keep fans on the edge of their seats from start to finish. The trailer teases a perfect storm where love, trust, betrayal, and hope collide, creating an emotional tension so thick you can almost feel it in the air. Amy's journey in this episode reaches a tipping point. The proposal, the proof against Nathan's sister, and the mounting pressure from everyone she loves all converge at once, leaving viewers wondering whether her yes is going to come from hope or obligation, or whether it will even come at all. The stakes have never been higher, and the trailer does a masterful job of showing us just how delicate the balance is. As the teaser unfolds, we see Amy grappling with conflicting emotions. The love she feels for Nathan is undeniable, but so is her fear. Fear that the past, mistakes, and secrets will destroy the life she's trying to build for Lindy. The trailer captures her quiet moments of reflection, the subtle hesitation in her gestures, and the fleeting smiles that suggest she is holding on to hope even in the darkest moments. This is a Heartland hallmark, the way emotions simmer just beneath the surface, ready to erupt at any second. Episode 8 takes this to a whole new level, showing that love is never simple, trust is never guaranteed, and the path to happiness is rarely smooth. Meanwhile, Nathan is caught in his own emotional storm. The trailer hints at the internal battle raging within him, the desire to commit, the fear of betrayal, and the challenge of reconciling family loyalty with his love for Amy. Every glance toward her, every hesitant step in the trailer, tells the story of a man torn between hope and doubt. This isn't just a proposal episode, it's a full-blown emotional crucible where both characters are forced to confront their deepest fears. The tension is amplified by the knowledge that any misstep could undo everything they've been building all season, and the trailer makes sure we feel that weight in every frame. On the brighter side, the episode balances this emotional intensity with the playful spark between Katie and Dex. The trailer teases glimpses of laughter, shy glances, and tender touches that provide a much-needed contrast to Amy and Nathan's storm. Their story reminds viewers that love can be light, messy, and exciting, a perfect counterbalance to the heavy themes unfolding elsewhere on the ranch. The accidental first date, the blush-inducing comments, and the playful banter all hint at a romance that is just beginning to bloom, promising fans a sweet and satisfying subplot amid the chaos. And let's not forget Jack, whose struggles provide the grounding emotional core of the episode. As Spartan's health becomes a central concern, Jack's resilience, wisdom, and vulnerability are on full display. The trailer highlights moments where he quietly carries the weight of the ranch, supports Amy, and navigates his own fears about aging, all while ensuring that the family he loves remains strong. This combination of love, responsibility, and personal growth underscores why Heartland continues to resonate with audiences. It's not just about the horses, the ranch, or the romance. It's about the enduring strength of family and community.